Did you catch that eye poke on Caitlin Clark? Everyone's losing their minds over it, but Shannon Sharpe's not having any of it. He's calling out the haters and dropping some truth bombs about what's really going on in women's basketball. You won't believe what he said about black liberals and their reaction to Clark. As the debate raged on, an unexpected voice cut through the noise. Shannon Sharpe, known for his football prowess, had something to say about basketball. Why did he feel compelled to speak up for Caitlin Clark? His words are about to shed new light on this controversy and the future of women's basketball. Sharpe didn't just defend Clark. He came out swinging with a perspective that's got everyone talking. He called her one of the most talented women basketball players in the history of the country. That's huge. But why would a football legend go to bat for a college hoop star? Here's the thing. Sharpe sees something special in Clark. He's calling her box office, and he's not talking about movies. In the sports world, that means she's a superstar who puts butts in seats and eyes on screens. And he's got the receipts to back it up. Sharpe's pointing to skyrocketing attendance and viewership numbers in women's basketball. He's saying, look at the attendance, look at the viewership. It's like Clark's got some kind of magic touch that's making the whole sport more popular. But what about that eye jab? Sharpe's not buying the hype. He's saying it was probably just an accident, the kind of thing that happens all the time in basketball.
For myself, like coming in, right off my college season and then coming right to the WNBA, having that reset has been something that I probably haven't had in like a year.
And understanding negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is.
Exceeded my expectations, for one, and exceeded a lot of people's expectations of what she could actually do during her rookie season.
She was playing the ball, he explained. It's like he's trying to be the voice of reason in all this chaos. Sharpe's not just defending Clark. He's challenging how we talk about women's basketball. He's saying we should be giving Clark the credit she deserves without taking anything away from the greats who came before her. It's not either or, it's both and. Hold up though. Sharpe's taking us even deeper into this story. He's saying the Clark-Reese rivalry isn't just about basketball skills. It's a mirror of something much bigger. What if this rivalry is actually good for women's basketball? You know how we love a good sports rivalry, right? Well, the Clark-Reese matchup is taking things to a whole new level. It's not just about who's got the better jump shot or who can make the clutch plays. Nah. This rivalry is tapping into something way deeper in America. Shannon Sharpe's dropping some truth bombs about why we can't stop talking about Clark and Reese. He's saying, the reason why this relationship, this rivalry is so compelling is because it's what this country is built on. It's black and white. Whoa! That's heavy stuff, right? Think about it. You've got Caitlin Clark, the sharpshooting guard from Iowa, and Angel Reese, the fierce forward from LSU. They're both incredible players, but they've got totally different styles on and off the court. And that's where things get interesting. Remember when Reese was getting heat for taunting Clark? Sharpe's pointing out how people reacted to that, and it's like a mirror showing us all our own biases. Some folks were all fired up about it, others were saying it's just part of the game. It's like everyone saw the same thing but came away with totally different takes. But here's where Sharpe's really blowing minds. He's saying we don't have to pick sides. It's not Team Clark or Team Reese. He's all about giving both players their flowers. Clark's got skills that are off the charts, and Reese is a force to be reckoned with. Why can't we celebrate both? Sharpe's got a point when he says, you need a story. You need this storyline. He's talking about how this rivalry, even with all its complications, is actually making more people tune in to women's basketball. It's like a spark that's lighting up the whole league. Think about it. When was the last time you saw so many people fired up about a women's college basketball game? This rivalry is getting people talking, tweeting, and tuning in. It's not just hardcore fans anymore. Everyone's got an opinion on Clark and Reese. But here's the real game changer. Sharpe's saying that both Clark and Reese are crucial for growing the league. It's not about one star player carrying the whole sport on her shoulders. Nah, it's about having these incredible athletes pushing each other to be better and bringing more fans along for the ride. It's like Sharpe's challenging us to think bigger. Instead of getting caught up in who's right or wrong, who's the good guy or the bad guy, he's saying, look at what this rivalry is doing for women's basketball. It's bringing in new fans, sparking debates, and making people pay attention in a way they never have before.
Ability to influence your offense, right? when you think about different players, you think about, oh, they can really score the ball, they can really push the ball in transition.
You know what's wild? All this drama might actually be the best thing to happen to women's basketball in years. Seriously. While everyone's been busy arguing about Clark and Reese, something incredible's been happening behind the scenes. The WNBA's revenue is going through the roof. Coincidence? I don't think so. Let's talk numbers for a second. The WNBA's been smashing records left and right. More people are watching, more fans are filling up arenas, and the league's making more money than ever before. And you know who's right in the middle of all this excitement? Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. These two aren't just great players. They're like human highlight reels. Every time they step on the court, something amazing happens, and people are noticing. It's not just die-hard basketball fans anymore. Everyone's talking about women's basketball, and that's huge. But here's where it gets tricky. Some folks are worried that all this attention on Clark might be overshadowing other players, especially the ones who came before her. It's like they're saying, hey, what about all the greats who built this league? That's where Shannon Sharpe comes in with a take that's going to make you think. He's saying, what they did cannot be taken away.
For myself, like coming in, right off my college season and then coming right to the WNBA, having that reset has been something that I probably haven't had in like a year.
What she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done. It's like he's telling us we don't have to choose between appreciating the past and getting excited about the future. Sharpe's point is that Clark's success isn't stealing anyone else's shine. It's more like she's turning up the brightness on the whole league. When she plays, more people watch. When more people watch, the whole sport grows. It's a win-win situation. But you want to know what's really eye-opening? Sharpe's calling out some of the biggest names in sports media. He's saying that a lot of the men who talk about the WNBA just don't know expletive about women's basketball. Can you believe that? The guys who are supposed to be experts might not know what they're talking about. This is huge because it makes us think about where we're getting our information from. Are we listening to people who really understand the game, or are we just hearing a bunch of hot takes from folks who don't really get it? Sharpe's saying we need to focus on the actual talent on the court, not all the noise around it. He's challenging us to look at players like Clark and Reese and appreciate what they're bringing to the game. It's not about pitting them against each other or against past players. It's about recognizing that they're taking women's basketball to a whole new level. And you know what? That's exactly what the sport needs right now. More excitement, more fans, more people talking about how amazing these athletes are. It's not just about one player or one rivalry. It's about elevating the entire sport. Think about it. When was the last time you saw so many people fired up about women's basketball? This controversy, as messy as it might seem, is actually shining a spotlight on the incredible talent in the league. And that spotlight, it's bringing in new fans, new sponsors, and new opportunities for the sport to grow.